So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna get into facts and opinions, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk about the NCAA, the NCAA being investigated by the FBI, corruption in the NCAA. So far, there's been 10 arrests made. And if you're not familiar with what's going on with the NCAA investigation, basically what's going on is they're basically investigating, the players, the schools, gifts being distributed, money being distributed, things of that nature. The reason why this is a big deal because a lot of the bigger name schools are involved in this. You got Duke, you got North Carolina. Of course, a lot of people know Louisville, was like the first school when the stripper came out with the book and she told on, the head coach, who was it, Bobby Petrino at the time? Or Rick Pitino. I always get them two mixed up. Football coach, yeah. I always get them mixed up for some reason. But she basically was just saying like how, he had the players, the players that was already on the team getting the recruits to come in and they would get them money, sexual advances, that type of deal. So basically that opened up, after he got fired, that just opened up a whole can of worms across the nation. So, imperishable benefits to at least 25 players. Players from more than 20 Division I men's basketball programs violated the rules. 6 players at least received cash benefits starting from $10,000 to $73.5K. They got 4,000 wiretap conversations, financial records, emails, and other records have been seized. And crazy part about it, Adidas was already they already got fined for being a part of this previously. So Adidas is back in it again. They've been investigated again under this, and Under Armour as well, because Josh Jackson, you remember that played for Kansas? He with the Suns now. Apparently Adidas, Under Armour was paying his mom, or they still continuing to pay his mom $10,000 under the table, even when he was at Kansas. You know what I mean?
My whole thing is with the players taking money and all that. Like, I understand it, but I don't. And I say I understand it because sometimes you got other sports too. I know basketball, football, they bring in all the money, but you got the hockey, the tennis, and all them, which is not bringing in that much money. And they gotta basically distribute all that money to every athlete. So on the equal side, I understand why it's a big problem, but at the same time, with these sports, like especially basketball, they require you to go to school at least 1 year for basketball. If they gonna require you to go, how can they stop you from getting money, or how can they punish you for getting money to where it's like, shit, I could have graduated high school and went straight to the league and got the check. But y'all making me, y'all hold me back from
Right.
So why is y'all punishing me when I'm down there half of the time? They coming out of these hard situations. And it's like, shit, they feeding their family with it. It's not like they doing nothing crazy. They feeding their family with it.
Right, and that's basically the point. That's basically the point that I was gonna get at. My thing is this, like, it's deeper than what a lot of people or what the public I understand. Especially if you're not from that background. Like, you don't know, like a lot of these guys, especially the guys that went, straight to the pros from high school. They was being funded by their local dope boys. Like, let me go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna invest, $50,000 in you. You know what I'm saying? Your image. You know what I'm saying? Your image. Of course you got the image on the court, but you also got to have the image off the court. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your star player walking around school looking busted. I remember Shaq even said in an interview that he did, a documentary that he did, Shaq said he was so broke, he said he just wore the school apparel every day. He said he had a whole bunch of LSU jackets, a whole bunch of, basketball shorts. And he said that's all I wore throughout college, because I didn't have the money, to get chains and to get shoes and stuff like that. So I had to, make do what I do. And my thing is too, is like they had the video game. You talking about a $1 billion in $1 billion business, honestly, with the NCAA, and I don't understand how the players can't get a portion of that. You got kids who mom's struggling, the pay the light bill. They might got 3 or 4 more, younger siblings that the mom got to take care of. It's a lot that's that's factored in. You know what I mean? And these like we said, these kids are coming from environments of murder, various crimes, drugs, and just hardships. They coming from single parent households. So when you take a kid and you see a kid talent, you talking about a 17, 18-year-old kid, and you putting him on mainstream media in front of millions of people day in and day out, 40 something games out the year. You know what I mean? Why not break them off? Why not have little contracts with if you with incentives, if you do this, if you do that, you get paid X amount of dollars. Why not set up programs if you gonna instill in them to go to college 1 year? Why not instill some type of before the pro program where you teaching these kids how to invest their money and just market themselves in a more appropriate manner. Why not do that?
And I don't even think it had to be like a crazy salary. You don't have to give these kids millions. I feel like with everything that they already give them, because just from being on campus, they take care of the athletes. They feed them well. You got somewhere to stay. They definitely take care of the bare minimum. I feel like a $15,000 contract per season. You feel me? You can work with that, especially when you ain't got to pay no other bills. Everything else is paid for through the scholarship.
And that's just for the star player. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would shit. Even you can really distribute. Yeah, I would start maybe 15 and and then you just go down. Yeah, they can do something because it ain't like they got to make or give out a crazy amount of money. The NCAA tournament, these bowl games, like you said, even with when they had the video games out, like they got a lot of money funneling in. The ticket sales, jersey sales, they got enough money funneling in.
Exactly.
Because they not really like
hey Kim,
they giving out these scholarships, but they ain't really losing no
What's
money.
What's up?
Nothing. How are you?
We good. We discussing the FBI investigation on the NCAA now. Yep. So that's what we talking about. So I don't know if the mic's gonna be able to hear you. If you wanted to,
You guys hear me?
I can't. Yeah, J Black, you can hear him? He can hear you too.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I'll just chime in. I'm just listening. I'm just being entertained today.
Okay. All right. So you just gonna listen?
Yeah, the people that come on live can see me, but you can just hear me.
Okay. Let me see. All right. So just back to what I was saying. That was Kim checking in on the show. But back to what I was saying. Let me see. Hold on. Sorry about that. She trying to join back in. But basically what I was saying, like, you don't understand the hardships that a lot of these kids got to go through. You know what I mean? And it's done got to the point where it's done got like deep, like, like a lot of people don't know like how easy it is like to get involved in shit. Like, you remember the rapper Lil Fat when he got murdered. There's a basketball player out in California that allegedly killed him. Paid him, I think it was like $5,000.
You seen the show The Shot?
I haven't watched it yet, but a lot of people been talking about it.
It's just like you was just saying, it's easy to get into stuff. The whole season it started from one of a basketball player got killed. A little high school star basketball player. He got killed for basically being in the wrong place at the wrong his neighborhood. So he just back to the point that these kids are coming from these circumstances to where it's like, man, it's survival. They gotta survive, and anything can happen to them, and for them to get out and be able to go to these colleges, and I feel like they should be paid for that. So
right.
They can get their family out of that situation.
But think about in the past, I want to say 10 years, the number of kids that's been caught for armed robbery, possession of drugs, because they trying to make a way. It's not that they don't want to do the right thing. It's they have to get it how they live. Basically doing what they know. So, in my opinion, in all honesty, and it's crazy because Miami basketball actually involved in this too. And I know me and you had a conversation off camera. We're talking about the Miami football team because Miami actually potentially could have won another national championship when they had that ban on them for like 2 years. My issue with this is like if they just find the schools, you gonna have a school like SMU that had the death penalty for shit like this that's gonna complain and be like, y'all fucked up our whole program, and they still fucked up to this day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like personally, just to kind of keep shit under wraps, because it's never gonna stop. It's an underground business.
What was SMU?
SMU.
That
That was in the 70s because Eric Dickerson.
Oh, it's 40 years later and it's still going.
And they was better than Texas. Think about the program, how prestigious Texas is. SMU at one time, a lot of people don't know, was better than Texas. Eric Dickerson.
Did UNLV go through something like that too?
I think UNLV on the basketball side went through the same thing because they had grandmama Larry Johnson, and a few other players. You know what I mean? That's not come out that program, but yeah, man, it's basically it's an underground business. It's an underground business. It's never gonna stop. It's generating millions of dollars. You think about it, man. You giving a kid coming straight out of high school $50,000. You a agent working for a company. You giving him $50,000, and you like, hey, you take these $50,000 now. This gonna last you. You know what I'm saying, for this current year. Your total come out to $200,000. Now, mind you gonna get taxed on it. You a lottery pick. You worth $75 million now. You first round, third pick or something like that. That $200,000 that agent gave you, that's $2 million in his pocket. Right. That's interest. Right. So all he doing is he's flipping his money. He invested his money. So now you done gave him $2 million. He do that to 5 more brothers. He done banked. He done banked at least $10 million. You know what I'm saying? Off 5-6 kids. So like I say, it's a business that's never gonna stop. The NCAA is well aware of it. You know what I mean? They try to cover it up as much as they can, you know, to try to save face. But at this point, you can't save face.
And I don't think so neither, because they know about that. Like you say with the SMU shit, it's like they have to penalize these schools.
Exactly.
These is the big major schools that's bringing in the money. So it's really going to hurt them to penalize.
Right. Right.
It's like, now what you gonna do? It's like now they in the bind.
Because you can't take away national championships. Yeah. You can't vacate wins. I mean, at this point, you can't do none of that, because I mean, if that's the case, how many wins Coach K really got? Yep. You understand what I'm saying?
And you know, like, a lot of their money come from it's entertainment. If the big schools ain't in these tournaments and they got these trash schools playing, people's not gonna watch.
At all.
Not gonna watch.
At all. But I say, you know, like I say, North Carolina involved, Duke involved, and those two of the biggest schools. Kansas is involved, Kentucky involved, and just for them 4 schools alone, one apiece, you losing millions of viewers off just one of them not going to the tournament. But I personally, honestly, in my opinion, I think they should do, once they finish the investigation on every school that was involved, they should do at least a 2-year ban. At least a 2-year ban. 1 year not gonna be enough. Not because of the shit that SMU went through, because of the shit that the University of Miami went through. Ohio State went through the same shit. They just got out of it.
Yeah, we got out because we was on the ban. Urban Meyer, his first 2 years, matter of fact. And the crazy part about it, my boy Kabir, I went to high school with, and him, Terrell Pryor. They the ones that got caught selling. They was selling their own stuff. They was selling their own memorabilia, their own jersey and shit. And they got in trouble for that. And that's how we got we got under the sanctions. But
that's crazy. But I think with the players, because like it was like with Derrick Rose. Like I know Florida State went through that, where the players, they had somebody taking tests for them and stuff like that. And I know Derrick Rose, he didn't pass the SAT. He got snuck into college. But what it's basically going to do now is going to force a lot of these kids. It's going to force a lot of them, you know, to go to school, which, I mean, the coaches probably already know, like, look, man, you know, me and you both know academically you're not the best, but you're a great ball player. Come to my school 1 year, get us into the, you know, the tournament, you know, and go on about your business. You know, go on about your business. You know what I mean? Like, people got to, like I say, man, it's $1 million business.
Or if LeVar Ball come through, I think we talked about it on the show before. He come through with his league and able to pay these people right out of high school. college really gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, but one of I mean, that's true because that'll be another. Would it be considered pro or would it be considered semi-pro?
Probably like pro, amateur, semi-pro.
Okay, all right, because it's another top recruit that did that.
With LeVar League, and I'm just assuming. I'm assuming all the top players that really know they're gonna be one and done. They're gonna be the ones going to this league, which in turn would. I mean, I don't think it would hurt college. Actually, it would help college because with that, it'll probably be more 4 years. Be more people staying.
Yeah, because the last person I remember staying 3 to 4 years, the last few people that I remember staying that long, I want to say Grant Hill and Vince Carter. I don't remember too much of nobody else, staying in college
If you
3-4 years.
Yeah.
And maybe Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul stayed about 2 or 3 years.
It's certain teams like the Duke, they usually have a player they stay like the nigga Grayson Allen. He been there about 3.
But yeah,
Shit for Kansas, I know the point guard with the fro. I can't think of his name, but he been there for a while. But schools like Kansas, I mean Duke, they get them one and done. But for the most part, North Carolina, they usually keep their players for 4 years.
Yeah.
They ready to go down there 4 years.
yeah.
But
No, something to think about. We'll probably follow up on this, another episode once everything get, finalized.